I always have to say this because adult people primates are very fragile. Their emotional intelligence jumps the gun very easily. So I want to say, Matt Galloway, this is a message specifically to you. Let me tone down CBC a little bit. Okay, I'm not saying you're a villain hiding among CBC or you're worse than the norm. I believe you're better than the norm. You don't get a job like that by being less competent than the average person. But what you have to realize is watch a Spider-Man movie. Is with great power comes great responsibility. So you're going to report the current again when you're too little too late and when things have already been known for a long time. But now this is happening in the USA, so Kennedy is now finally discredited. Come on. Come on, there's no way he was not discredited years ago when he's talking about medical stuff. I mean, he might be right on one thing out of 10, which seems to appeal to the conspiracy groups. But when he's wrong on 9 things out of 10, way before Trump puts him in there, and we're covering this story now because our medical staff are starting to get worried, as if they weren't hopefully competent enough to be worried years ago about this guy. Like it's too little too late, and this is signs of my theory, right? Proof that HSD is real, that you can't self-correct as a species, that you always pass tipping points, and then you convince yourselves you care and you're the good guys, and they're the bad guys, these select few. No, it's a species-wide issue. That person doesn't get in that role for that long without their culture being sick. And we have to talk about that. And it's not like all our culture isn't sick, and we should talk about that too. So again, when I say the 3 patterns that are dominant, they're not the only ones, but these are 3 pretty typical things you can pretty much find everywhere in Canada when you report on things that have happened that are bad, or that are systemic issues, or that something tragic happened. You can link it to hypocrisy. And by the way, it usually comes from employed people. Unemployed people usually aren't as much the cause of problems. So that means, again, there's cultural issues. The BCGEU. Can you imagine if the BCGEU just stopped existing overnight? There's a miracle, but all the people at work, they still exist with the same skill sets. And now the employers have to pick and choose who the better ones are based on quality, not reputation, but quality of work where there would be oversight. That means they could be measured to prove in public view, like I beg to be able to do, but nobody hires me, is to do their craft. Then they would get the salary and the benefits they deserve. But when BCGU fights for things for people that are largely incompetent in what they do and that are too little too late, it gives us the illusion that we care about evolution instead of allowing devolution through hypocrisy, laissez-faire, and impunity facilitation. So with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Please stop calling yourselves the current. Say the trying to catch up to modernity and the reality of the human condition without inviting the right guest. Show, right? That's what you should be. So if you're ready to have the right conversations, Matt Galloway, and I predict you will not be, well, you can, try to contact me.